In the text this morning, we have a text that might be described as one of an interesting commitment. Because we have many disciples, whatever number many is, complaining about how difficult Jesus' words are to accept. So, at the beginning of this, we had many people accepting Jesus. They came eagerly to hear and accept his words. And now, as we move to this end of the chapter, there's people complaining and saying, I don't know, this may be too hard. This is too hard. You know, I just don't like some of what he said. Do I stay or do I go? There may be some expectations of me, now that I've heard more about what he's got to say, that I can't fulfill. What if my circumstances change? So perhaps, what I need to say is, Jesus, it's been an interesting experience, but I'm going to leave you now. And in response, loosely translated, Jesus says, sorry to see you leave. I thought you were one who indeed had been called. But that's okay. You must not have been called by my Father. And then we have one of those questions from Jesus that you would like to know his tone of voice. At least I would like to know his tone of voice as he spoke it, as he asks the 12, do you also want to go away? How do you hear his question? Do you hear it wistfully, hoping that your answer is no? Or do you hear it sarcastically, sort of also hinting at, after all this time, all that we've been through, are you going to bail out now too? Do you hear Jesus asking matter-of-factly, do you also wish to go? I believe Jesus is not just asking those 12, 2,000 years ago, but he is also asking us, each of us, and all of us corporately. And I believe that we answer his question every day by the way that we live. And some days you may answer that his teaching is too difficult, the expectation too high, that it doesn't make good economic sense, or that others will just take advantage of you, or that you don't want to appear weak, or a pushover, or set a precedence, or you fill in the blank. And then there are some days when you can answer with deep commitment, like Simon Peter, Lord, to whom can we go? And to whom can I go? You have the words of eternal life. I have been with you, and you have been with me. You have sustained me. I know that you are the Holy One of God. I long to be drawn closer to you. In you is life, life in abundance. How do you answer the question? Will you stay or will you go? And if you choose to go, know that God will not give up on you, and that by God's grace, at some point, God will hope you choose to return. And if you do, you will be welcomed, you will be celebrated, and again you will be nourished by the bread of life, the Holy One of God, for you will find that presence within you. Amen.